The trade war between the USA and China is unlikely to escalate into an actual war. Currently, there is no need for military action between the countries, and overall, US President Donald Trump is not prepared for this, states political scientist Volodymyr Fesenko in a comment to the RBC-Ukraine. I think neither Trump nor the USA is ready for such a war. I believe both sides are concerned that it could lead to a political conflict. On the contrary, the way Trump is currently handling Taiwan, it benefits China. They can take a pause, and then, once relations with the USA and Trump are settled, they can intensify pressure on Taiwan, said Fesenko. And essentially, according to the political scientist, it will only be a matter of time before they take control over Taiwan, either economically or politically, without any war. I don't think there's a need for direct military action between China and the USA right now. But a trade war is possible. This is like the famous table where two bulls meet on a bridge. If they don't want to compromise, don't act rationally and just push against each other, then even flare-ups of a major trade war within 6 months could be a big risk. In any case, it's hard to imagine the negative consequences, Fesenko noted. According to the New York Times, the American command is already actively preparing for a potential confrontation with China, but is currently faced with a serious problem, a significant shortage of weapons. Additionally, U.S. readiness in the Pacific region is also in question, as the Pentagon has sent warships and aircraft to the Middle East following the outbreak of the war between Israel and Gaza. U.S. President Donald Trump initiated a trade war against China on April the 2nd by imposing tariffs on all goods from China at a rate of 54%. In response, China began to retaliate symmetrically against U.S. actions. By April the 9th, Trump announced a 90-day pause on tariffs for the largest trading partners. However, he increased tariffs on Chinese imports to 145%. Further escalating the confrontation between the two largest economies in the world. Recently, it was revealed that China raised tariffs on all goods from the USA from 84% to 125%. The changes will take effect on April the 12th. Earlier, China promised to fight to the end in the tariff war with Trump, calling US tariffs blackmail. Instead of dialogue, American officials learned of new duties from China in the morning. In addition to this, Xi Jinping made a strong statement emphasizing China's self-sufficiency. For more than 70 years, China's development has been based on self-sufficiency and hard work, never on handouts from other countries. And China is not afraid of any unfair pressure, the Chinese leader said, despite Trump's statements in recent days that China allegedly wants to make a deal but does not know where to start. Beijing's actions demonstrate the opposite. There are no steps from the PRC to resolve the deepening trade conflict.
A video has been released showing the battle of the fighters of the Young Team Special Reconnaissance Platoon under the Ukrainian National Guard's Azov Brigade in the direction of Toretsk city in Donetsk region. In one of the settlements, they attacked the houses where the Russian soldiers were stationed, destroying the invaders in the area. One surviving Russian soldier was forced to surrender. In the meantime, the fighters who cleared the settlement left the area with the captured Russian soldiers.